Hi, it's Bug, and today we're making onigiri. So as you can see, I'm filming this video a little bit different because I didn't feel like putting on makeup or anything, and I obviously have hair rollers in, and just enjoy me dancing while I talk about why I'm making onigiri. So previously I pointed to the side because that's where I'm making the rice. But I'm making onigiri because I've been having a lot of late nights recently because of a dance performance class, and I'll do a video on that later. But I've been having a hard time making dinner for me because the class starts right when I usually eat dinner. And I remember that I basically lived off of onigiri, salmon onigiri to be specific, when I was in Japan, and I would eat that like 6 times a day. So I thought maybe this will help me fuel myself for dance. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna make onigiri, and hopefully it turns out good because I had to look up lots of separate recipes because recipes for onigiri were more just like how to assemble it. So let's get started. And I was cringy. Okay, bye. So first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna get 1 pound of salmon, and those are the 2 salmons I got. And we're gonna do you're gonna rinse the salmon, and then you're gonna spread the sake on the salmon, and it's just 1 tablespoon of sake. And this is the type of sake I got. I had to get my mom to get it because obviously I'm not 21 yet. And then I'm just spreading it around the salmon and making sure I get on both pieces because I couldn't get one pound piece of salmon. I had to get half pound. Yeah, you can see it. Anyways. And then I am putting that to the side because I don't have hands. I'm using one hand to film this. And then I'm just going to pat it into both sides of the salmon. And you're going to leave the skin on the salmon because it's going to help absorb everything. And just pat both pieces. So everything is nice and sake-y. You can also use dry white wine if you don't feel like getting sake. And then you're going to let this sit for 10 minutes to let everything absorb. Yep. And yeah, that's me saying 10 minutes. And then when you come back, you're going to pat it dry with a paper towel so it's nice and dry. Filming voiceover is harder than I thought. Just enjoy it, okay? You see what I'm doing. You're patting both sides dry. And it's hard because I'm filming with one hand because my tripod wouldn't work with this. So I'm struggling. But you know what? That's like my favorite part about my videos is just watching me struggle with everyday activities. Because you would think I would know how to do this stuff. You would think anyone would know how to do this stuff. But obviously not me. So next you're going to apply 5 teaspoons of sea salt. So I'm doing 1 teaspoon on one fillet and another teaspoon on the other fillet, and then back and forth, and I'm rubbing it into the salmon so it's all nice and spread out, and then like it'll actually stick to the salmon. So I did like 2 on the top side, and then like the other 3 on the bottom side, or like 2.5 on 3 on the top side and 2 on the other side. I don't really remember because this was another thing. This video that was hard to film was because it was very disjointed, and I didn't feel like putting on makeup every single day because after you put the salt on, you have to let it sit for 2 days. And I'm so glad I looked at that before I was planning to film, because otherwise I would have come to a roadblock of having to wait 2 days to make it. So yeah, and that's just me getting the extra salt that kind of fell off, and making sure everything's covered in patting. And yeah, my hands are gross. And then I'm going to put it into an airtight container with 1 paper towel on the bottom. And you're going to make sure there's enough space for it, obviously, because you want everything to have space. And then I'm going to put 2 paper towels on top of that and just make sure everything's wrapped up and covered, because this is going to help the moisture stay in the salmon, I guess. I don't really know. I just kind of followed the recipes. Oh, I guess I didn't say this, but this is the recipe for Japanese salted salmon that we're going to put in the onigiri. Yeah. And I'm having a hard time here because I only have one hand trying to cover everything. watching me struggle. Yeah, I couldn't get the sides to close. But, yep. Then you're just going to put it in the fridge for 2 days and make sure nobody opens it. And this is 2 days later, and I'm struggling to open this again. But there it is. And you're going to take the paper towels off, and they should be like moist. Moist. I hate that sound. And then you're going to pat them dry again with paper towels. And you're going to put it in a tinfoil lined container that you can put in the oven. And the oven is set to 400 degrees. And for my oven, I have to set it to bake. So obviously you want it to be on bake and not like broil or anything. And I'm going to put it in for 20 to 25 minutes. I usually just do like the middle time. So like 23 minutes. So then that's the first round done. And that's what it looks like. And it kind of looks gross. It does not look done. But I have to go get a oven mitt to protect my mano, my hands. Is that plural, manos? I don't know. Don't let me speak Spanish. Then I'm pulling that out, and I am having a hard time again because I'm filming with one hand and working with one hand. And I'm gonna get, I have to close the oven door. That's right. Don't leave that open. Waste of electricity. And that's gonna get a fork. And I'm going to cut into the center of it where it's the thickest to see if it's cooking. And it still looks a bit too translucent. So I think I'm going to, I hope I didn't taste that because that did not look done. Yeah, I didn't taste it. Okay, good. And I'm going to put this back in the oven. And don't worry about how ugly the salmon looks, like because it's so shredded, because you're going to shred it later to put it in the onigiri. So no worries. And yeah, putting it back in the oven, and I'm going to do it for another 5 minutes. But make sure to turn it around so you're not cooking the same sides over. My oven's older, so you have to think about that type of stuff. Anyways, 5 minutes more. That's me showing you. And this is 5 minutes later. And let's see what it looks like. It kind of looks the same. I kind of just decided it would be done at this point because I didn't want it to get too dry. And if you could, I take out the audio here, but I'm singing in my head. And I'm like, salmon is good. So now I'm tasting it, and I did not expect it to be as salty as it is. But it is pretty good. You don't taste the sake at all. I don't really know what the sake does for the recipe. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's kind of still pinkish, a little bit translucent. I don't know how to describe how it's cooked, but it's cooked. And yeah, next is making the rice. So this is nishiki sushi rice. It's the sticky rice. And I didn't realize sticky rice was different than regular white rice, so I had to go get that. And I'm just going to do 1.5 cups of the sticky rice. And again, I'm filming with one hand, so I'm having a hard time filling this up and trying to measure it. Because, you know, people have 2 hands for a reason, but people with one hand function pretty well. I have not been used to it. Oh my god, what a ramble. Anyways, that's 1.5 cups, and then you're gonna wash the rice because we don't want some gross sticky rice. You just always wash the rice, okay? And you're gonna wash it until it's mostly clear, and you drain it. And this is me almost spilling all the rice out, but I caught it a bit. But look at all that rice in the sink. What a waste. So sad. And then I'm just rinsing it some more. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm supposed to be shaking it or not, because it looks like it's just getting dirtier, but my mom tells me it's okay. So if she says it's okay, it's okay. So you're just going to rinse it out until you think it's clean. Yep. That's it. Okay, and now I am putting it in the automatic rice cooker because I did not have time to put it on the stove. I usually measure the water with my thumb, but this said to do 2 cups of water, and I didn't really know how to measure that with my thumb, so I just, to be safe, did 2 cups, and that's me turning it on. And I think it takes like 30 minutes to cook, 25 minutes, whatever. It does it for you. Now I'm back, and I'm trying to figure out what order I'm supposed to do everything in, but I just decide to get the rice first with a spoon. And then those two little bowls that I'm sticking my hand in, one is water and the other one is salt. So I spread the water on my hand and put the salt on. So the water is so the rice doesn't stick. And the salt is, I don't know, to make it taste good. I don't know, but this rice is very hot because it just got done cooking, and I don't know, I didn't think about that, but look at my hands are burning. And this rice wasn't sticking well together, but I didn't want to make it like sushi rice with rice vinegar and all that, because then it would taste like kind of like, you know how sushi rice is kind of tart? I didn't want my onigiri to be tart, because the ones I got at the Japanese convenience stores in Japan weren't tart, so I was like, oh, okay, just use sticky rice. And now I'm having a hard time with this salmon container, because it's stupid. And this is a shredded salmon that, you know, the salmon I just showed you how to make. And I'm just using my hands. My hands are clean, okay? And I'm stuffing that in. And then I'm going to cover it with some more rice. Getting that rice, and it's not going on. And trying to stick it all together. And you're supposed to use firm pressure to stick together, but not like too hard, because then it gets all crushed. I don't know. It was kind of confusing, the instructions, because I'd made this when I was little, but then I haven't made it recently. And then I have to re-wet my hands because everything is sticking again. And rubbing the salt in is kind of like an exfoliator that hurts. And then still don't have enough rice to cover all the salmon. It looks like a cute little ball, little triangle ball. And I'm getting oh my god, what is this called? Seaweed nori to cover it, but I didn't know how to cover it. And look it's not working. It's too big, and I'm getting what? I don't know how to fold it. I'm getting frustrated. Look at it. It's just unfolded. And now it's coming apart. And that's the first onigiri. I'm taking off the excess and just eating it because it doesn't look pretty. And and then I'm just tasting it, and it actually tastes pretty good. It tastes like what I would get at the convenience store or like a Don Quixote. So I'm proud of it, even though it looks kind of disgusting, kind of ugly. Don't look at me chewing, gross. But yeah, I have to get back to work now because I have to make a whole bunch of them. And I'm making some for my mom as well as for my dance class. But we'll get back to that. Let's see if this attempt is better. Let's observe. She seems more confident in her movements. Past Thai. Current Thai is judging skeptically. Skeptically? I don't know how to say that. You know what I mean. Putting the rice on top very aggressively and getting leftover rice from the spoon. What is this technique? Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that's a lot of rice. Is that how much rice you usually put in onigiri? I don't know. It looks like a lot, but the form is good. I saw people on YouTube, they like have machines that make it into the shape, and that's not fair. It's hard. It's not fair. I wish I had that. But now I'm trying a new attempt with the nori, and I'm going to break it in half just by folding it. And obviously this didn't work because you can see it doesn't cover it all. And here's me being confused and just giving up and wrapping it like a little hand roll sushi. And it just falls apart. How fun. And I'm just trying to squish it together at this point because I'm too lazy to unwrap it and try something else because it fell apart when I unwrapped it. And this is me contemplating my life decisions and wondering why I even tried this. So now this is attempt 2. I took some time to regroup and think about my decisions. And let's see if this works any better. We got a big scoop of sticky rice with nothing added to it. I hope I wasn't supposed to add something to it. I don't know, okay? I don't know. And adding the salt. And in the background, you can't hear because I took that audio out, but my mom is telling me that I'm making it too big, and I'm saying, I don't care. And I'm trying to make the little gap, but I realized I did have too much rice because mothers are always right. But then I put it back, I guess, because I'm a rebel. I'm a bad child, and I'm trying to make the gap again with a giant amount of rice and putting in the little shredded salmon, and that looks like too much rice. I should have listened to my mother. Oh, hindsight 2020. And now I'm oh wow, just dig into that rice pot with your hand, the hot burning rice pot, and oh wow, it didn't stick at all. What a surprise. It's sticking to your hand. Get some more water. There you go. And let's try this again. I didn't put any salt on. Interesting. I wonder if I realized that, or if it's just hindsight again. But yes, I mean, it's easy to form it into the ball, but oh man, you can see the frustration in my hands. And there's that big sheet of nori again. Let's fold it in half. I think here is, no, it's not here. In another attempt, I decided to fold it in fourths because I thought maybe my salmon was too large, but it's not. Here, is this correct? Is it working? Kind of. I mean, maybe my rice ball isn't too big, but oh my god. Here's the frustration. It's not working, and I'm just squishing it together. It's kind of cute though. I'm proud of it at least. I'm frustrated proud. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So now this is me pre-wrapping them for the days I have dance performance, because I don't want to wrap it with the nori on because the nori got soggy. Wow, that nori sounded seaweed. Let's just say seaweed, okay? And I'm doing the water and the salt, and thanks, it's bright now. And trying the same technique. My technique hasn't changed really. Probably should have. But at this point, I was getting really frustrated, so my mom pulled up some videos on YouTube, and we watched some people make it, and they all made it with saran wrap to get that nice, cute shape. And I guess I figured I should try it. But it kind of seems like a waste of saran wrap, because saran wrap isn't great for the environment, but whatever. It is what it is. Is there an alternative to saran wrap? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. But now I am using the saran wrap to roll it, but as you can see, that didn't work. I'm frustrated. In the background, my mom is like, it's okay, and I'm like, no, it's not. At the same time, right before this, I got my hair cut, and I got bangs for the first time, so I'm kind of going through a crisis. So yeah. And this is sesame oil. In the videos, people use sesame oil to help the rice stick together, but I don't know what this is going to do to the taste, so I just kind of rubbed it on my hands because I didn't want to pour it onto the onigiri itself. And it does help the rice stick together. I will admit, they are not wrong. And now and I got disgusted by the feel of the sesame oil on my hand. And here's my mom coming in to save the day like mothers do, and she is forming it into a nice little triangle. And, well, what delicate technique. There's me washing my hands in the background. Don't forget to wash your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Flu and coronavirus is going around, so let's be healthy and safe. Anyways, back to the onigiri. She is just wrapping it up for me, I guess. She hasn't prepared lunch for me in so long. What a throwback. I mean, this isn't lunch, it's dinner. Whatever. There's me being frustrated in the background, and my hair rollers. How cute. And I'm frustrated because my mom did it so much better than me. Look at me observing her skill. And then I think she's going to make another one here. Oh no, she's helping me make another one. Because, moms don't want to do everything for you. They want you to evolve. So here's my evolution with her assistance. Please work. Wow, that's a lot of rice. I think my mom literally told me, you don't need that much rice. But look at how much salmon I have left. That's so much salmon. And I still have a whole bunch of salmon left over. So I guess when you make this, either make a lot of rice or make less salmon. But that was the recipe I found for the salted salmon. It's by Namiko Shen. I'll put it in the description because I know I'm butchering her name. Anyways, putting the salmon in, patting the rice, forming the rice, assistance of the mother, because mothers know best. And I hate the feel of the sesame oil in my hand. It was so much worse than the salt and water. And it is, look at how cute that little onigiri is. And then she's just folding it up nice and neat for me. And I made like 4 more. I used all my rice and barely any of the salmon, which is kind of disappointing. But you know what? That's how it goes. My mom ate a little bit too. Eating while cooking is the only joy in my life. Washing the hands again, because I hate the feel of the sesame oil. And she's so good at folding those. And now this is my outro. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a lot harder than it looked. Actually, no, it's not. I wasn't that good. And yeah, enjoy my hair rollers. That's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to check out my social medias, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, my regular Instagram. I'll link it down below. And that was me trying to do a cool outro. There it is. Bye. Okay, bye.